Hello, Internet. Welcome to episode Sweet 16 of Verbal Graffiti with your host, Brian Glass, aka the B-Man. Did you have a Sweet 16 party? I did not. What did I do on my 16th birthday? My dad took me to the Connecticut, Hamden, DMV to get my driver's license, because at that point you could get your license when you turn 16, and I failed my driver's test. That's what I did on my birthday. And then for the next month, my family made fun of me. And that's why I do stand-up comedy now. I've been thinking a lot about reels, these shorts, a little inside baseball. The first few weeks, what I would do is I would take these episodes of Verbal Graffiti, I would cut them up into like 20-second segments that I thought, oh, that's a fun sound bite. And then I would just post it to Instagram. But this week, I subscribed to this AI program. Let me tell you what it is. What it does is it takes my audio and it subscribes it into subtitles to put on the reels. And then it also has B-roll footage that I can use. Like, they have a list of them. And that kind of triggered something in my mind where I was like, ooh, I could use B-roll on a 20-second short. I'd never even thought of that. Maybe that's common, but I don't scroll through my feed that often. So it started making me think, what else could I do with these reels? And I was like, I could add music, and it kind of like artistically, it made me think, how can I make my short more entertaining? How much, without making it too AI-y, if that makes sense? Because they have these stock footage, but if everyone's using the stock footage and everyone's using the same subtitle font, it becomes very generic. And a lot of footage they have available, it's very, it's PC, it's corporate, it's very safe, which we're not here at Verbal Graffiti. So I'm going to have to find footage I can like illegally get off the internet myself and then use that in my reels. But yeah, this past weekend, it's really got me thinking, okay, these reels, they kind of seem like a nuisance, or they were a nuisance to me, but now I'm looking at them like, ooh, I want to have fun with these reels. So I'm really going to be trying to up the production value, pack the funny into my reels, and now I'm posting them on all the sites. So Instagram, X, TikTok, which I just found out I've had it for 4 years, and now I didn't know I have an account, but I do. Facebook, and YouTube. So I'm really, because that's what I want to do, is like make these reels and then have everyone come to YouTube, and then I can monetize this and up the production value and maybe hire a staff. I actually don't want a staff. I like working for myself. That's what these reels, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with these. So I'm like, how can I make 20 seconds funny? We'll figure it out. We're figuring this out. I'm just figuring out how to do lighting. My friend Stephanie told me my music was too loud when I'm reading my Reddits. So I'm going to try to fix that. Okay, with that preamble out of the way, let's get to one I found on this subreddit. Is the child-free subreddit. My new parent friends talk nonstop about their babies, and there's no room for any other type of discussion. Welcome to your 30s. I get that parenthood, especially in the early stages, is all-consuming, but recently, when we've hung out, it has only been about the babies. I tried talking about something else that they like to do, like listening to podcasts, and the baby made noise, and then it became all about the baby again. They barely ask how my husband and I are doing anymore, nor seem interested, and if we do something nice for them, like bring food over, they tell us our reward is looking at the baby. My sister also recently had a baby, and she never picks up the phone anymore. If she does, it's her ranting about everything baby related, and then she hangs up after she's done. It just kind of feels like our lives are so different now, and that we barely have friendship anymore, which is a bit of a bummer. Yeah, welcome to adulthood. this is why I love the mute button on social media. The mute button for people who are passive aggressive like myself is a godsend, because all my friends who have all my friends who are parents who now have kids and just blast photos of their infants on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I have a rule. If you post more than one photo or video per week of your child, instant mute. I'm not going to unfriend you because, again, I don't like conflict. So I'm just going to do the passive aggressive thing and mute your ass. There are exceptions to the rule. I like to see photos and video if it's your child's their first day of kindergarten, or maybe on the holidays, like Halloween. Like, who doesn't like seeing a 3-year-old dressed up as a ladybug? That makes my heart gush, even as a curmudgeon like myself. So Halloween, first day of school, things like that. Yeah, put them online. But if you're just putting stupid shit of your child day after day, week after week, I don't want to see it. Like, if your kid got a hit during his first Little League game, like, big deal. The ball is on a tee. Nobody is impressed with that. Oh, and he's got a huge hole in his swing. You don't want to be putting that online, because scouts are watching now. Like, scouts, they're out there looking at 8-year-olds trying to find the next big prospect. The only time I care about your kid playing baseball is if he's wearing pinstripes, playing for the Yankees, and he's hitting dingers over the short porch. That's when you could post on Instagram. Other than that, keep it to the holidays and first day of school. But on to you and your situation here. I've noticed I'm looking to my left a lot. That's what I do when I think. I look to my left and I look up. That's why I was a terrible in-person poker player, because it was so obvious when I was thinking, because it's like, what should I do with this jack and this 10, this jack 10, and then I would inevitably lose all my money in 3 hands and watch my other friend Dave play for 2 hours and just rake all the money. Okay, get back to this lady. The answer is not like anything else. The answer is with you. It's within you. It's not with your friends. What you have to do is what I did. None of my friends talk to me about their kids, because I made myself such a weirdo that they don't even talk. They're like, yeah, we're not even gonna bother talking about kids with the B-man. What you gotta do, and what I did, as soon as my friends had a baby, I made a dead baby joke. Because right away, when you make a dead baby joke, your new friend parents, they're not going to tell you about their breastfeeding trivials. Because they're like, dude, who the fuck are you? I'm not telling you anything about my child. So that might be a little extreme for you. But I'd go with just make a few off-color jokes. Maybe mention that you watch Verbal Graffiti. Show them a segment or one of those reels I'm going to make. Really to dive into your hedonistic lifestyle. So whatever your vice is, whether it be alcohol, sex, drugs, gambling, video gaming, what other vices are there? Whatever, smoking cigarettes. Like, do it to excess, and then tell your friends about it. Like, you kind of got to become the black sheep of your friend group. Like, maybe you don't want to be the black sheep. You want to be in the inner circle. But when you're in the inner circle, you're going to have to hear your friends complaining about their baby's sleeping patterns. But if you're the black sheep, like, you're not going to have to deal with that on the phone call, because they're not going to call you, and you're only going to have to see them in person. So you kind of have to distance yourself a little bit. Does that make sense? Like, just become the person that they don't want to trust you babysitting their child when they have their, date night, like whatever it is, once a month, once every couple months. So you got to become the person, the friend that they don't trust to watch over their newborn child. That's really the only way to avoid the childhood infant conversations. I think that's the answer. It's worked for me. Again, I've taken it to the extreme. I mean, look at this setup here. I mean, I love smut. You're probably not going to go that far, but that is a solution. Just take it to the limit, whatever that limit may be. My other bit of advice would be talk when you go see the baby, talk to it like it's it. See that's another thing. I refer to babies as it. That will get your friends to stop talking about their kids to you. But no, talk to that baby or that infant like she's your tax attorney. Like, don't do the baby voice. Oh my God, look at his toes. Look at his fingers. Oh my God, he's drooling. No, be like, hey, turn over. Can you believe I went on this date and he ghosted me? Just talk to him like he's a real person. And then, once you demonstrate that you don't have any of those nurturing qualities that your friends hopefully do, you and your husband, you won't have to deal with these shitty conversations about baby shit. All right, let's go to me doing stand-ups. I don't know which one I'm going to show you, but I'll show you one now. That first segment went 11 minutes, which is way too long. When I started Verbal Graffiti, we had discussed we wanted each episode to be between 10 to 15 minutes, and that first segment almost blew it out of water. I'm sorry, I ramble. Well, what can I do? I'm the B-man. I love talking to you. It's the highlight of my week, other than when I do stand-up. And one more thing before we get into this next one. Our sponsorship deal with Fiji Water, it fell apart. I may have embellished our numbers viewership-wise here. I may have said we had millions when we really only have, I believe, 23 subscribers at this point. They were very upset about that, and the contract was torn up, and now there's an ongoing lawsuit. So if any of you have any expertise in law or know a lawyer who's willing to work pro bono for a YouTuber who makes no income, send them our way down in the comments. This next one is a video from, I think it's called it's our first video segment from our circumcision grief. So let's see if it's 45 seconds. Let's see if I can shrink the screen and put the video from a podcast on the big screen, and then I'll give you my commentary. And now,
how did this become normalized in America in the first place? If nobody else in the world is doing it, why did we all of a sudden start doing it?
Circumcision began as a medical practice in Victorian England. The Victorians thought that masturbation was the cause of all sorts of social and moral ills. It was the cause of many diseases. And so they had this massive campaign against masturbation, which included circumcision as a remedy. The thinking being, if we just cut off the most pleasurable part of the male body, then people will be less likely to engage in this awful harm. And of course, they were very successful. No one does that anymore. But the result was that, this is a joke, by the way, I don't know, apparently it didn't go over. The result was, of course, that this became a normalized practice. And then, of course, when hospital birth began, then it was something the hospitals could charge for. And so it became sort of part of the standard hospital package.
We're able to see all that. I put the over-under on that guy being a virgin at -130. I know a virgin when I see one, because I was a virgin for a very long time. Not anymore. Hand up. Yeah, I am not a virgin. But just he had that virgin-y feel to him. Am I wrong? Like, he totally did. Hand up. I am circumcised, and I want to publicly thank my parents for mutilating my baby B-man, because it looks beautiful, or he looks beautiful. Anyways, I love him. I think that if you were to take a survey, I am pretty confident that all hornballs would agree that a circumcised penis looks more aesthetically pleasing than an uncut peen. That's just over the years, that's a commentary I've gotten from babes and gay guys and pretty much everybody who's sexually attracted to the penis. Their viewpoint, at least from my unscientific surveys, that's the conclusion I get. And I'm pretty confident because I've seen enough porn where I don't know, I think circumcised penises have more character than the uncut original penises. And I kind of go to task against people or guys who get really upset that they got circumcised at birth and there's like a whole activism against it now, or like, oh, we were mutilated against our will. And that just gives me this creepy vibe that, like, of all the things to be upset about, like, there's so much more to be upset about. Because one of the big complaints I hear from the online community, these gremlins, is they'll say, "Oh, well, the uncut peen, there's more sensation down there than a circumcised penis is." And to that, I say, do not be greedy. Do not, sir, be greedy. Because most of us who watch Verbal Graffiti and are part of Verbal Graffiti, we stroke ourselves. I should not be doing the stroking on YouTube. I'll blur that out. I'll figure out a way to blur that out. But most of us, we yank ourselves twice daily. And if you're doing that with a circumcised penis, like, there's enough sensation down there. There's enough feeling that if you had any more feeling, you might be liable to commit a horrific crime. And that's one of the reasons why I believe there is so much violence and killing in the Middle East, is because they all have uncut peens. So they have too much sensation down there. They don't know what to do with it. So they become suicide bombers and extremists. Maybe that's a foreign policy you're not going to get at a collegiate university here in the United States. But here at Verbal Graffiti, that's what I believe. I'll also say that this is such a power play by the United States of America. It's why I love one more reason why I love the red, white, and blue is because everyone in the world complains about our metric system and what side of the road we drive on. Dude, that's child's play. Like, we went and made our cocks look different than everybody else's, and now we're the envy of the world. All the babes, the foreigners, they come here, they see our circumcised penises, and they just gawk at them. At least that's what I would like to imagine. But hey, I see a lot of foreigners. They come to the United States. They're not like turning around and walking back across whatever border or flight they came from. They're staying here. And I believe a big reason why is because of the circumcised peen. There's just something about seeing the mushroom head it's magical. It's orgasmic. It's erotic. That's what it is. Foreign babes, they come here, they ain't leaving. You know that saying, what is it? Once you go black, you don't go back. Well, hey, if you find a black circumcised penis, they don't unwrap it. They keep it. No, they do unwrap it, but they don't let go. Okay, Brian, stop talking about black penis. Okay, just one little tangent, and then we'll end the episode. I don't know much about religion. I was raised Irish Catholic, went to catechism, when did I? I'd go to church like once a year on Christmas Eve, like the 4:00 mass. I know the Our Father and the Hail Mary, is that it? But that's about it as far as prayers. But any other religions, I don't know anything about them. I've never been to a bar mitzvah before. That's like the Jewish ceremony for boys. And thanks, Brian. Yeah, thanks for explaining that. But up until a couple years ago, I thought at the bar mitzvah, like, that's when their penises were circumcised. Like, I thought whoever the bar mitzvah was for, like, he would sit down in a chair, and then everyone would congregate around him, and then a rabbi would come and just slice his penis, and then that's why he would get all the money that they do at the bar mitzvah. And then someone told me a couple years ago, no, they do it at birth like everybody else here in America. So yeah, I'm an idiot. I need a better word than idiot. I am a Fraggle Rock. I am an imbecile. I actually thought that 13-year-old Jewish boys, they got their penises cut in public in front of their family and friends and religious congregation. Wow, what an idiot. Maybe that's why I have a YouTube channel with 23 subscribers. But to your 23 subscribers watching, I love you. I really do. This is going to become something big. We know now that all religions, at least here in America, they cut their penis at birth. I think. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments or insult me. Just fucking, just give me some lashes on social media. Yeah, that's it. I gotta stop saying that next episode, I'm gonna stop saying okay. Till next time, go suck a fat one.